Good morning, good evening. Welcome to the weekend. So, this reading is going to be for Saturday and Sunday, October 18th and 19th. So, let's get a little bit around our past, our present, and our future. Current energy. Okay, so let's get future energy. A couple of these have two cards. That's unusual. So let's get future energy. And so this video is going to be available on both YouTube and Rumble, Tarot and Astrology with Michelle. So looking here, bottom of the deck, Five of Swords, what I'm getting is a change in circumstances. This actually feels like it's a change in your thought process with that Swords energy. All the work that you've been doing to make concerted changes to your approach to situations, it's all going to pay off here, because I'm getting the sense with that Five of Swords that you've made a lot of progress in just the way that you're looking at things. In fact, looking here at the past energy, what I'm getting is the Ace of Pentacles. So this is a new start, new beginning. This is building something ground up, creating an opportunity that allows for you to build something stable, something that can last a long period of time. So it's not just the Ace of Pentacles. I'm also getting the Seven of Pentacles. You've been putting in a lot of work. This feels both internal and external. The internal piece feels like you're almost at the completion point, that you've done so much work to make all of these changes in your life, shifting into the positive mindset, working towards your goals and dreams, that it now feels like that energy that you all developed within yourselves is now spilling out into other areas of your life, and you're acting in a way that really aligns with what you're looking for. And with that Ace and the Seven of Pentacles showing up here in the past, I'm getting the Page of Pentacles, which is planning for the future, and the Queen of Swords. Now, the Queen of Swords here, it's Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy, but it feels like you have a very clear mind, that you've made up your mind about something here. It's the Five of Swords, this kind of resolving the internal conflict, the focusing here on what really matters. As you're planning for the future, you have been doing it with a sense of clarity. Like, this is exactly what I want. I'm not seeing obstacles in my way. I'm not looking at things through some sort of fog or anything that looks distorted here. I'm getting a lot of clarity showing up in the past. So all of the work that you've been doing, the planning, the taking action, the planting those seeds, doing the internal work here, it feels like it's all going to pay off, and it's not going to take as long as you think. It feels like it's going to happen pretty quickly. All of a sudden, there's going to be a pickup in the pace here. Something about momentum is going to shift, but I'm picking it up where all of a sudden something just clicks into place and everything speeds up. Now, showing up here in the current energy, I am getting the Four of Swords. So this is healing. This is all the work that you're doing. It's focusing on the future. You might still be keeping things to yourself with the Four of Swords and the Five of Swords. So the Four of Swords can you just be you being quiet right now. But with the Eight of Wands, I don't feel like that's going to last, because I'm getting a lot of communication out of this card. Now, this is also that fast moving energy, this period of being still to being a quick moving energy. So you might find that happens this weekend. All of a sudden you feel inspired and motivated to take some sort of action, outward action, moving forward, set some sort of plan into motion, like physically put it into motion here. I am getting the Nine of Swords showing up here with the Empress. And so part of this, okay, so the Nine of Swords is stress, fear, anxiety. I'm actually getting that's connected to the Four of Swords here. And it feels like if you've been still and you've been just keeping things to yourself, and that's been going on for a period of time, you're almost afraid that you're never going to be able to take some sort of outward action, that you're going to be stuck in that energy, never really be able to move forward in the way that you want. And it feels like that kind of thought or feeling is actually what snaps you out of it, that allows you to take this step forward here with the Eight of Wands, because that Eight of Wands, it can be a very, very fast energy. But with the Empress showing up here, it feels like it's things coming into alignment, a lot of stepping into your own power. I just got stepping into your own grace. So take that as it resonates. But I'm just getting the sense here that you're aligning with what you truly want for yourself. And in the future energy, I'm getting the Hermit here. So Virgo, a lot of internal reflection. It's the King of Cups with it. So a lot of emotional growth is taking place and has been taking place. And it feels like the more that you step onto your path and really take some sort of outward action, because I am picking up that you're ready to take some sort of outward action, it feels like the internal reflection, the healing work that you've done, the emotional growth that you've gone through, the clarity is coming, the Page of Swords, the recognition, that internal recognition on just how far you've come, all of the work that you've been able to accomplish and the steps forward. Things are, the realization of it all just feels like it's becoming more clear with each passing day. But it's also this Page of Swords energy. And it feels like with the Hermit here, you might be going back and doing a lot of internal reflecting on what steps led to now, and maybe some of the progress that you're seeing, or some of the just emotions that you're feeling here with that King of Cups energy, that kind of strength within yourself. It feels like, okay, I got myself to this point, but really what led me here? And how do I kind of include that going forward? How do I maximize all of this to make sure I stay in this positive place? Because I'm picking up a lot of that energy here in the near future. And it does feel like near future. This does not feel like it's far off at all. So let's get some additional details. Tell me about that Ace of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles. So with the Ace of Pentacles here, I'm getting the Page of Swords. So it's out here twice. And that Page of Swords is a very curious, inquisitive energy. So as you were figuring out, okay, this is what I want to build. Ace of Pentacles, it's a new beginning. So how do I build something with that very solid structure? Create something that's tangible, long lasting, but grounded in reality, not something that's going to easily fall over here. And so the Page of Swords is being curious. Let's plant some seeds. Let's figure out what I need to do. And it feels like by the time you get to the Page of Swords here in the future energy, that all of the lessons learned, all of the details that come up along the way, it feels like you're incorporating this into your thought process going forward. It's not that you're kind of just sitting by winging it here. I'm not getting any kind of impulsive energy. I'm picking up the exact opposite. I'm picking up a lot of mindfulness, a thought process, really understanding everything, taking whatever time is necessary to understand all of the steps that you took until now, where that's going, and how do you maximize this opportunity. So having the Page of Swords show up here with the Ace of Pentacles in the past does not surprise me at all, because you put a lot of thought into what this new beginning should look like. And with that, you're investing in your future. So I'm getting the Seven of Pentacles with the Nine of Cups. And so the Nine of Cups is, okay, these are my goals and dreams. And with the Seven of Pentacles, how do I make them real? What steps do I need to take? Am I seeing everything clearly? And it feels like you are seeing things clearly, and you have been for a period of time. But it's the awareness and the recognition here that feels significant more than anything else. And so clarifying the Page of Pentacles and that Queen of Swords in the past is the Five of Pentacles. So the Five of Pentacles was the start of a shift, the shift into letting go. Page of Swords, Five of Pentacles, as you started planning out your new beginning, focusing here on what you really wanted, you started to identify things that just don't belong anymore. I'm not getting this as a heavy energy. This does not feel like a heavy release at all, but you have been letting go of things along the way that just, they're not necessary. They're not part of your future. That Five of Pentacles is, let's just leave them out in the cold. Let's just leave them in the past here. Tell me about the Four of Swords in the current energy. Eight of Wands. Nine of Swords with the Empress. So with the Four of Swords, I'm getting the Queen of Wands here. So all of the healing work that you've already done has prepared you to take some sort of action. This is not happening by accident. There's nothing impulsive about this. You've been working towards this the entire time. And so clarifying this Eight of Wands is the Strength card. Now, this is what requires that internal strength to step out of a period of healing and really put yourself out there in a meaningful way. Take those steps, really work towards those goals and dreams that you have. It's requiring a lot of courage here with that Leo card. And then with the Nine of Swords here and the Empress, I'm getting the Ace of Swords. So the Ace of Swords, another new beginning card, but this one is a lot of clarity. So as you're moving forward, what you're doing is you're letting go of any kind of stress, fear, anything connected to the past, or maybe being stuck in an energy. I'm getting the sense that you are going to find the courage here, and it does feel like it's imminent, that you're going to find the strength and the courage within yourself to take some sort of action. Might be a bold action to really get yourself out of that kind of hermit energy. But I'm getting the sense here, the clarity is there, the recognition, all the work that you've done. It feels like it's already showing up here in the current energy. It's amplified in the future energy, but it's already showing up here. So let's get the Hermit here in the future energy. King of Cups. And the Page of Swords. So with the Hermit here, I'm getting the King of Pentacles. So that King of Pentacles, that long-term success, stability, everything that you're working towards. So the Ace of Pentacles, the Seven of Pentacles, even the Page, it all leads to the King of Pentacles, which is exactly what you want, that long-term success, that legacy energy. And so the Hermit feels more like that check-in, that continuously making sure that you have all that information you need with that Page of Swords to just keep moving forward. You've learned these lessons. You're identifying any kind of potential pitfalls, those red flags that are going to show up along the way, or obstacles that are showing up here. And so it's kind of the skill set that you developed during the last cycle is going to be relevant here to the extent that you're going to be able to avoid some of what you experienced before, because this is a new chapter and a new approach. And so clarifying the King of Cups, I have the Queen of Cups. Now, this could be about divine counterparts. I'm actually not getting a strong love message out of this, but I am getting a strong integration of your masculine and feminine energy. We all have this within us. The masculine is that outward action. The feminine is more of that receptive energy. And so a lot of internal alignment showing up here in the future. A lot of lessons learned, how to use those lessons going forward, how to best utilize the skill set, and just everything that you're learning about yourself as you continue down this path. Because the learning's not going to stop here. And so with that Page of Swords, I'm getting the Knight of Cups. So the Knight of Cups is going after what you want. Now the Page of Swords, again, because it is very curious and inquisitive, it's making sure that everything is lining up the way that you want. Checking the details, checking in with yourself, that King and Queen of Cups here. Is this really what I want? Is that what I'm trying to pursue here? Okay, just checking in. Let's keep going down the path. That's what this feels like. So this is a reading for the weekend. I hope it resonates. If it did, please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Take care.